Anyways,
back to the whole
back to the story.
Back to that time you almost died. Yeah, I know.
So I was out in the world doing stuff. Okay, I met this girl online. It's a girl that I previously knew, and I had a thing with. We liked each other. We almost had something in the past, but nothing ever manifested. And later on, we reconnected, and we decided to hang out. And in my head, it was like a hangout, but it was also a date, because I just wanted to tell everyone I had a date. So I was like, yeah, guys, I'm going on a date, blah, 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 blah. This is a story of how I almost died on a date before I ever saw the girl. So this girl, she's great. She's a good person, you know. No bad blood between us, even after everything. I hope she's doing well. I don't know if she listens to this show, so I'm just giving her compliments.
That sounded so fake.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but this is dead ass. Like, I hope she's doing good. But for whatever reason, this crazy bitch decided on hiking as our first date. And because my stupid ass messaged her, saying that she hiked, and I was like, oh, you hike? See. I love hiking. And she bit, and I was like, shit, now I gotta go hiking. I was like, I haven't been hiking in years, but okay, I guess we're gonna go hiking. And so she's like, meet me at this location. And I was like, okay, sick. And it was like some hiking trail in the mountains. I don't know the mountains, but even if I did, I wasn't going to say it. So I get there, and I get there a little bit early because it's across town from me. I already live far away from my town. I'm outside of the city limits. So it takes me about 15-20 minutes to get back to the city. This motherfucking hike place, this mountain, was on the other side of the city. So it was about an hour and a half away from me almost with all the traffic. So I leave early and I get over there. And I get there like 15-20 minutes early before she does. I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm here. And she's like, okay, I'm down the road. I'll be there in a couple minutes or whatever. I was like, sick. So I'm sitting there, and the whole way over, I'm hydrating. I'm drinking tons and tons of water because I'm like, it's going to be hot. We're going to be hiking. I'm going to be sweating. Like, I need to stay hydrated, right? And so as I pulled up into this little dirt patch, this little parking lot, I'm like, I need to piss. And I got out of the car and I looked around and I was like, oh, this isn't one of those nice places. There's no bathrooms. There's no concrete structures anywhere in the distance. You know, I can't see shit except mountains and cacti. And so I'm like, fuck it. I guess I gotta go piss like in the wilderness. I look around, there's like maybe 5 or 6 different cars in this fucking parking lot. And I'm like, okay. I gotta walk down the mountain. And so like I can hear people in some of the cars and I see people and I don't care what they're doing. They're probably having sex or some shit. But I'm like, I can't pee here. I have to walk down the hill. So I start walking down the hill. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the desert terrain, it just imagine a mountainside full of rocks, full of dirt, dried out trees, you know, random cliff edges that you're not expecting, a couple cacti, everything's brown and sad. And so I'm walking through this uncharted terrain. Nobody's ever walked here before. And it's just a fucking mountain slope. And I see a little like clearing midway down the mountain. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I could jump on that clearing right there and pee on that big ass boulder. And so I slowly maneuver my way down there.
Oh my God, I see where you went wrong with this.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So I slowly maneuver my way down to this like little like clearing because it looks kind of like I say clearing, but I don't really know what it was. It was kind of like a flat surface. And there was no bushes or rocks in the way. So I was like, I can pee right there. And so I made my way over. I jumped onto the clearing and I walked over to the rock and I did my business, right? And then as soon as I turned my head around, for whatever reason, I was just looking downwards. I turned my head slightly to the right, and less than a foot away from my foot is a rattlesnake laying right there in the dirt that I did not see. The fucked up part about it is he was probably less than an inch away from where I initially landed. So when I jumped right on the clearing,
oh fuck,
my fucking foot almost landed on this goddamn rattlesnake. And I probably startled the shit out of it, but I stared. I turned around and I looked at him. I'm like, holy fuck, I almost just died.
What was the snake like doing that rattle thing?
No, it wasn't doing the rattle thing, but it was just staring at me. Its eyes were open. It was staring at me.
Fuck.
It wasn't doing the rattle thing, and I was less than a foot away. And I was scared. It wasn't doing the rattle thing. And when it does the rattle thing, it's warning you.
So do the, like, Just
What?
judge.
Oh, like how close?
Yeah. So how
Okay,
close?
so your sandal right here. This is gonna be the rattlesnake.
Yeah.
So I pee. This is the rock. I pee. I turn, and the rattlesnake's like right there.
So where'd you land? God damn.
So I land right there. I'm staring at this goddamn rattlesnake, and it's not rattling. And when it rattles, that means it's warning you to stay away because it sees you as a threat, right? So when it rattles, that's when you're in danger. But it wasn't rattling, which scared me, and it was staring at me. So I was like, this motherfucker's about to leap. Like, it looked like it was in the leaping position.
Mm-hmm.
And they can leap about, a yard, I think, 3 feet. So I'm scared shitless because if you get bit by a rattlesnake, you're dead. It's a diamondback. There's no one out here, right? It took me an hour to get out here. I'm like, nobody's going to save me in time. I just want to come out here, have a great time. I'm going to cut that out. Just get my dick wet, have a nice evening. And now I'm dealing with the rattlesnake. And so I turn around and my heart is pounding. I'm terrified. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm shaking because I see one rattlesnake and it's a little bit smaller. So I'm like, there's got to be others around here. So slowly I start backing up and the rattlesnake doesn't jump. It just stares at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? And so I slowly start backing up and I'm like, okay, nice rattlesnake. Don't bite. I like you. And I slowly climb up to a safe space and I book it to the fucking car. I'm looking down, judging all the rocks, like waiting for some rattles. And I run and book it to the car, sit in the car, and I don't fucking move until she gets there because she's the nature girl. So she can come fucking help me. Right. And I was so fucking scared. I almost died twice. I almost died when I fucking landed right next to the rattlesnake. And I almost died when I turned around. If I hadn't seen it, it would have rattled and bit me. Like that. Like in a second. It would have, and then I'm dead.